I want to see the price to kind of stall. We're eventually going to fade this move and move to the downside. When I see huge number of market order bubbles, in this case, market sell orders appearing right here, and this is the move that you get right after it. You get an opportunity to go long from here and take it to the upside, take profit obviously at the nearest resistance. Today I'll be reviewing the market order bubbles indicator and discussing how to use it for mean reversion strategies. This is an indicator by someone called Leviathan, heck of a name, and essentially what it does is that it compiles the TradingView's volume data and shows which side is being more aggressive. What this indicator actually shows is the number and magnitude of market orders. So in this case there is an increased number of market buy orders, and then with the blue circles it's the increased number of market sell orders. Essentially what it means is that, for example, here sellers are being aggressive, but unfortunately their aggression is just not enough. It's being absorbed by limit orders. Thus we see process of absorption right here, and then we get a reversal since essentially sellers managed to overwhelm the market buy orders. And then in this example right here we were getting increased number of market sell orders, but buyers proved to be stronger. The limit orders managed to absorb this, and in the end we got a up move from here. Initially the market sell orders were colored red, and then the market buy orders were colored green. For me it was a little bit counterintuitive, because how you need to use this indicator is you need to use it for trading reversals. So it made sense for me to color these red instead of green, and then these I colored blue instead of red, just to indicate that this is probably a better spot to look for sells and this is a better spot to look for buys. Now take into consideration that this is TradingView, so you don't get precise volume data. This is all an approximation, so it's really just a rough estimate. Therefore you cannot view this indicator as being precise or extremely accurate. Before I get into how I use this indicator to trade reversals, let me show you how to set it up. Here you can see you can choose the position, and then here you can choose the color. You can choose the threshold multipliers. So for me, I only wanted the medium bubbles and the large bubbles, and for medium I decided to go with 2. For large I decided to go with 3. Obviously the higher is the number, the higher is the threshold to see those large bubbles, so you practically not going to see them. So it's up to you if you want to show all 3 and what are going to be the multipliers. It depends on the asset, depends on how volatile it is. You have to adjust these yourself. Same thing with the standard deviation length and the EMA length. For me personally, I found that 2020 works the best on the 15 minutes and the hourly for both stocks and futures as well as crypto. Test it out yourself, decide which standard deviation length and EMA length works best for you personally. This indicator can be used on any time frame, whether it's a 1 minute time frame, 15 minutes, 1 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. You just need to adjust the standard deviation lengths, the EMA length, as well as the threshold multipliers, and you're good to go. Make sure to take into account that with this indicator, market buy order bubbles don't necessarily mean that it's just buyers being more aggressive and market buying. It could also mean that once we reach this price point, there are a lot of stops being triggered for sellers. And in this case, to get out of the short position, obviously you have to buy to close it. So these could be both the market stop orders for sellers for their stops being triggered, as well as buyers longing and being overly aggressive. Same thing with the market sell orders. It could mean that it's sellers being overly aggressive and market selling at these prices. It could also mean that there are stops being triggered for people who are longing, let's say from here and placing their stop right here, and their stops are being triggered. So it could be stops triggered for people who are long, as well as market orders of people who are eager to sell and short here. So how do I actually use market order bubbles indicator to help out with range trading, to help out with mean reversion trades? I only use it as a confluence. It's not a primary signal. It's not that I see market order bubbles and I immediately fade the move in the opposite direction. No, there are two main aspects with this particular strategy. For the market order bubbles to appear, I want to see the price to kind of stall in a certain area where they're appearing. So in this case right here. And the most important important thing is I want to make sure that this is not just some random price range anywhere on the chart, but it's rather a price range that it's very close to the resistance. And these market buy orders are just indicating to me that buyers are being overly aggressive at the resistance right here. And more likely than not, we're eventually going to fade this move and move to the downside. Same thing here in this replay mode. When I see huge number of market order bubbles, in this case, market sell orders appearing right here at this price level, and it's also inside this high volume node right here from the previous volume profile from Sunday, then I just get a confluence that this could be an interesting spot for reversal, and you would be looking for longs. And this is the move that you get right after it. So once we come back to the same place where we got the increasingly aggressive number of market sell order bubbles, you get an opportunity to go long from here and take it to the upside, take profit obviously at the nearest resistance. Another good example would be this and this, where we're getting number of large market buy order bubbles, and we're essentially at this resistance right here. This would be a great spot to fade the move to the downside as well. And then once we come back here and test it again, we get another number of buy market order bubbles to fade. But honestly, I wouldn't have been taking this trade personally, just because in my book it's already a third test. So this would be test number 1, this would be test number 2, this would be test number 3, kind of getting risky here. And sure enough, on test number 4 we break to the upside. Another example is with Microsoft. Right here on the hourly time frame, we are, as you can see right here, at the resistance. The price is stalling, so it's moving sideways, but we are getting one large market order buy bubble and then several medium buy market order bubbles, indicating that the buyers again here are being overly aggressive, and the move eventually reverses to the downside from this resistance. I would advise personally to use this indicator in confluence with getting strong levels, high volume nodes from volume profile, as well as picking out strong support and resistance levels. And in order to do that, I recommend that you go to my channel and watch the video on how to actually use volume profile for support and resistance, as well as the other video called How I Draw Real Support and Resistance Level Supply and Demand. You can find the links to both videos added in the description of this video. I would like to warn you against entering randomly without checking for strong levels and just seeing the market order bubbles and immediately thinking of it as a signal to enter the trade. As you can see right here, you could have been longing and buying all the way down to this point right here. So it's not a 100% win rate indicator. I actually have never seen 100% win rate indicators. This probably doesn't even have 50% win rate. You need to make sure that you are using it in a correct way. You need to make sure to check for strong levels, and you need to definitely make sure that you're only using these in ranging environments. So whenever we're in a trending environment, just like here, if you try to use this indicator to counter trend, to fade the move, you're gonna incur some hefty losses right here. Trying to short this rally all the way from this point right here, all the way to the top, and then probably give up right as we're about to start the reversal process right here. If you're not sure whether we're trending or ranging at that particular time frame, then watch my video on how to use the Hull moving average, as well as how to use VWAP bands, and you'll be able to identify whenever we are in a ranging environment and whenever we are in a trending environment, then that will help you out with using this indicator, the market order bubbles.
And one more important point to make is that if you like this indicator but you want high precision and you are a scalper, you should really be using actual order flow. So have your footprints, have your depth of market on the side, your delta profile, to see actual absorption and exhaustion. Instead of this is just mimicking actual order flow. And then also TradingView is not the right platform for it. You should be looking to get onto Sierra Charts, Motive Wave, or Quant Tower. I haven't used order flow since like 2021-22, so I'm not sure what's the current best platform for it anyway.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will find this indicator useful. Again, I don't use it as my primary indicator or as a signal, but I do look at it from time to time, and I use it in confluence with volume profile as well as support and resistance, and it tends to work out just great for me. Regarding on what to expect next on this channel, I still haven't done trade breakdowns. I'm looking to possibly do that in the future, and then I'll keep uploading educational content. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you.